Hi, I'm Megan Musicades.
I'm Jenna Riley. Today we're talking about episode 4, the 1-year anniversary.
Our first character, Kate Donahue. She's one of the field supervisors who worked on the excavation, and she was in charge of the riverbed.
She has this really interesting moment where she points out how everybody in the colony had a moment when they really connected to being on Mars, their mission, what they're doing. And she talks about how being there where the water used to be was that moment for her when she could really plug in and feel connected. I thought that was really beautiful and kind of an interesting thing, because if you've ever done something new in your life, gone somewhere really outside your comfort zone, when everything is foreign and new and unfamiliar, it isn't like an immediate, oh, I'm here and everything's, perfect and wonderful. It takes time or a specific thing.
Mm-hmm. And I think like when I've moved to new places that are, I moved to New York before ever visiting it. And I think what I immediately was seeking was something that I could connect to that reminded me of home. And that's because then you feel a little more grounded, because then you're like, oh, well, this is like that. So I understand how I can live in this situation. Our next were Rebecca and Yael, and we had so much fun just recording this interview. I think we were in your apartment, weren't we?
Yes. We recorded most of the podcast in a little sound studio, but occasionally we'd had to do one for any number of reasons in my apartment or Megan's apartment. This one we did at mine. And the two actors who played Rebecca and Yael, they met each other for the first time when we recorded this, and they played together so well. They created among the two of them these really fun little moments that are just so relatable between a couple that's been together for a while.
Yeah. The person that we interviewed in this episode is Tara Jennings, a chemical engineer. And she's in charge of producing and storing the rocket fuel.
I thought of, when I was listening to this, how Megan and I are storytellers. We're also actors. And so we've had a lot of experience being in classes and workshops with teachers who will often reference the importance of storytelling in the history of humanity. That you can go back and look at cave drawings and people believe they were a way for people to tell stories and communicate a hunting incident that happened or something like that. And then over time, people telling stories around a campfire, and we still tell stories now in so many different formats. And I really liked that it had come up for Megan and I when we were writing this about a story that takes place in the future. It's science fiction, it's on Mars, and yet still this idea of telling stories and having a sense of community around that came up for us.
So thanks for watching us again. We hope to see you next week. Again, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment section and we'll get them answered.
Thank you. Bye.